It says I'm sending data. Okay. I apologize, everybody. I am having like some major tech issues today. Okay, it says I'm live. All right. Come into chat. There we go. Okay. I am so sorry about that, everybody. I have been having major tech issues. Rick, hello. Nor, nicely done. Nor, I'm telling you, that's a little nerve-wracking. That is, well, to be honest, that's a lot nerve-wracking. So this is what occurred today. To get you all up to speed is, okay, I see you, Oliver, on YouTube. Nice. Okay. So I updated my Macs. Now the handoff isn't working. Usually I stream from this Mac, this iMac, and then I'm doing my work in my MacBook Pro. Now they are not seeing each other. They're not talking. I've just spent the last hour trying to get those two synced back up with no luck. I've tried everything. I have no idea what's going on. So obviously I've got to get that figured out. I've not had that happen. You know, I bought that MacBook. It's an M2, M3. So it's not that old. And I don't know if the update is no longer talking to Intel. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Stress. And I don't need this stress right now. I really don't. I hope you don't lose anything. Apple issues. No. Oh, Rick. Rick, I told you if you hook me up with a computer that I would stream on it. I told you. And I know that's me being extremely greedy and snarky, but I've never had that problem before though, Rick. Never. It's always been nice and smooth. And they're making changes to prep for the 27 release, and 27 doesn't support Intel, so could be related. Oh no. For anybody new here, Nor is here. Nor is new. Let me bring this up really quick. I can tell today is going to be one of those freaking days that we're not going to get anything done whatsoever. Nothing. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me find this here. All right, to give everybody a little bit of background what I've got going on. This Mac right here above my head, that's a 2014. Nor says I'm here for the journey. Well, thank you so much. That's a 2014. All I use it for is to read chat. That's it. So it's a heap. I can't run anything from Adobe on it. It's just to read chat. My middle one, that is a 2020. Now I'm questioning myself. It is. Yeah, I think a 2020. The middle one is a 2020. Then I've got a new HD monitor to replace the one on the left, and that is hooked up usually to my MacBook Pro. So if now, coming up, getting ready for 27, I'm gonna have two obsolete Macs. I'm gonna have to buy a new freaking like M4 Pro. Come on. Come on. What the heck am I gonna do with the 2014? This needs to be updated though. I've got a new mic. I've got a Stream Deck. Yeah, this is kind of old, but that's okay. But that's basically so I can share with you, you know, how I stream and my setup. I've got a 2020 MacBook Pro Intel. My main is an M4 though. Well, I had to buy, I didn't own a laptop that worked. I owned an HP laptop that no longer worked, Rick. And so when Adobe asked me to Munich for the first time and said, come on out, I was all excited and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to freaking, I'm gonna have to get a new laptop. So I went out and bought a new laptop, an M3 MacBook Pro. I love it. I'm not complaining. It was a great purchase. But I just don't want to buy a new one. That was a few years ago, a couple years ago, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, okay. I gotta get rid of this or it may crash the stream, which I would not be surprised if I crash. I better buy some cups of Joe for more support, Nor says. Is this Nor? Is this our Nor? And I haven't seen you on Twitch before? Like, there's a Nor that has been part of our community forever. And I'm wondering if because you said you're gonna buy a cup of Joe. So I find that interesting. Oh, you're from Norway. Oh, you just joined my Discord. Yes. I actually remember you. Let's get up stream chat. Yeah. Rockove. Yes, I absolutely remember you. Yep. Welcome back. It is great to see you. I love it when people from the past come back in. I love it. Welcome in. Great to see you. Okay, and I appreciate you being here on Twitch. But you could be wherever you are. I appreciate all of you. That's the wrong thing to say. But let's take care of some introductions. Oh, today is just... I hate to use a term that's used on Adobe Live, but yes, this is an absolute dumpster fire so far. Hello everybody, my name is Shawn Kozel. I'm a photographer and struggler based in Germany. Wherever you are watching this, hopefully you can see a Linktree link within the description. If you can't, it's probably broken with everything else. But it looks like this. And just like Rock, if you would like to, you can join my Discord from here. You can ask me questions, you can say hello, you can share your work with me, and I'll share it with the community. If you're watching this on YouTube and it's actually the chat is working, which is good, please like, subscribe, follow, and also on Twitch, like, subscribe, follow. And as Rock said, if you would rather, you can buy me a cup of Joe and subscribe to me from Behance. I do have a subscription area there, even though Behance isn't as active as it once was. But you can do that from there also. Jumping over into the Discord, we don't have much to check out. We can always bring up Elena's work because it doesn't matter how many times we see it, it's always lovely. but you can share your work with us there, and I'll share it. Okay. So let me... We've had some... Okay, on Tuesday we were talking about trying to do more of editorial edits rather than trying to make artistic edits. And I was documenting the Rhine River, which is at its all-time low. And this is kind of where we were going. Now, we went on tangents around the world. It was an absolute wonderful stream, and I only edited one image. And so today, with everything crashing and burning, and I do not like to work in Lightroom Classic on my Intel machine, and you will be seeing the death ball, the swirling death ball quite often today. That's kind of with what we're stuck with until I figure stuff out. So that's where we're gonna go. Also, just to let Oliver know, I have brought up the issue of images being tagged AI that are not being used AI. Hi, Sandrine. That was a really bad sentence. I was distracted by Sandrine. How are you? Thank you for the message, Sandrine. Let's see. Yeah, so bringing up the fact that in Lightroom Classic, if you use any type of, and we can actually jump into here. I don't know if I used any AI. Hit D for develop. We come up to our reload button up here and we click on it. It's going to say, okay, I've used an adaptive profile and mask. So I didn't use any AI in this. I am a freaking mess, Sandrine. I'm a mess. I hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead, get out of this. Let's just jump into any image whatsoever. This is fine. And let's say I want to remove this tire. I wouldn't, because this is an editorial piece and I'm trying to keep it as real as I can, but let's just say. So let's hit D for develop. Let's go into the remove tool. Everything's been happening. It's just been crazy. Now, I've got the remove tool. Now the remove tool, it doesn't use generative AI, but it does use AI. So if I come through here and I'm like, oh, okay, remove it. It analyzes it. It does a halfway decent job. Great. We go ahead, let's get out, let's get out of this image. Let's jump back into it. Let's hit D for our develop. Let's go up to our reload. And now it's saying the following AI tools have been used on this photo. Remove. Okay. Now, the remove tool uses, I believe, Sensei. So, does it mean it doesn't show in content credentials tags? I could not get the content credentials to freaking work when we went over this. But we'll try, we'll work on it. Okay. But it also does it for the clone stamp, which doesn't use AI. That's exactly what I'm going to show next. So grabbing the clone stamp tool, I can end up, let's say we grab there and we want to paint that. Okay, great, whatever. Looks horrible. We know that. Now the clone stamp has changed. Let's hit. All right, so before the clone stamp, I don't know if you can see this. Let me zoom in. I can't zoom in while I'm doing that. Okay. The clone stamp adds these scissors now. Okay, it used to be like an arrow. Or excuse me, not an arrow, but a crosshair. So you could hold down the Option key and choose exactly where you were cloning from. Okay? So I don't know if it has changed, if it's been updated, because if I click over here, I want that. Now I start to paint. You see, it thinks. This is no longer our clone stamp tool that we're used to. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let me open up Photoshop. And I don't think I'm mistaken by this. I think this is a problem. This is definitely a problem. Okay, let's go ahead, hit G for grid. It's going to take a second to open Photoshop because I'm on this machine. Ugh. Today is one of those days, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Okay, come on. You can do it. All right, good. Let's go ahead, do a Command E. That's going to take that image over into Photoshop. Let's jump over to Photoshop. And boy, my machine sucks right now. Boy. If General was here, he'd say this is not the clone stamp droid you're looking for. That is true. That is true. Okay, we're going to make a new layer. Let's make a new layer because we're going to work right non-destructively. There is our clone stamp tool. We click on our clone stamp tool. Let's make our brush bigger. Holding down the Option key, we get the crosshairs. I select, I start brushing, and I need to make sure that I have all layers selected, Shawn. There you go. And now we can paint away. I'm sure this is how it used to work in Lightroom Classic 2. I believe so. I don't think I'm freaking crazy. I could be. I mean, I know this is how the clone stamp tool works in Photoshop, okay? Would I use the clone stamp tool in Lightroom Classic? No. No, I wouldn't. If I had to use a clone stamp tool, I would automatically go to Photoshop. There's no question about it. I would automatically go to Photoshop. So I don't know if the clone stamp tool has changed with within the remove tool. And so now, because, okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna get out of this image. Don't save it. Oh, you don't need to tell me what's new. I tell people what's new. And we come back into here. So the clone stamp tool, at the very least, is using Sensei. But even with the healing brush, if I come in here with the healing brush, I can grab this and move it around, right? Let's delete it. If I grab the clone stamp tool and I paint, it selects it. Again, I can move it around. I don't see a difference. Let's delete it. The big difference that we've got going on here, let me show you really quick. And maybe this is for retouching wrinkles. Okay? Wrinkles, birthmarks, whatever it is, crow's feet, whatever it is, someone old like me. If you are thinking like, okay, wait, I want to do some retouching on a portrait, on wrinkles, on clothes, whatever it is, but you don't want to remove, you don't want to make somebody that has And I'm not talking blemishes. I'm talking age. I'm talking somebody who may have a scar. You may want to lessen a scar if somebody had a scar, and of course ask the individual. Just don't do it. You would never remove it. So you could come over here with the clone. This is the only thing that I see different with this tool. So maybe it's the healing brush, but you can come over here and you can actually change the opacity. So if I want that tire to look like it's more underwater, I can bring the opacity, and now it looks like it's underwater. So, and of course you have your feathering that you can adjust. And this is interesting that it has a heal, a remove, and a generative remove. But this dialog box is not coming up when I use the other tools. So let's go ahead, we'll delete that. So if I go ahead and I paint here, let's see here. Sandrine, I see a rule. Okay, there it is. You do have the ability to change the opacity for a healing brush and for any of the times you brush. Okay. I think all of it uses AI. Rule of thumb, it will be there in 2 weeks. Keep it. Absolutely, Sandrine. Words to live by. I think it's all using AI now. I think the remove tool overall is using AI. So the next question, and let's just do some crazy stuff. Let's grab the clone stamp. We're gonna make it big. We're gonna paint right there. Yep, that's exactly what I want. Let's bring the opacity up to 100. Great. Let's jump over to the remove tool. Let's make our brush smaller. Smaller, I said. Using the square brackets. And let's do that. And I liked that opacity. Let's take it down to 50%, 48, make it look like it's underwater. Fine, that's good. And then let's remove the boat. Is it by law to brand it AI even if there is no human in the photo? That, yes. 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 Okay, we're gonna remove that really quick. And let's bring the opacity back up to 100. And that's ugly. So let's delete that. Let's use generative AI. And let's just do that. Hit remove. Okay, I don't see how spot healing or clone stamp is using AI. It's not generating. It's copying from another part of the photo. Those tools existed long before AI. I'm not arguing with that. And the issue, Oliver, and I love this conversation because the issue is, let's get out of that. Let's jump over here, is the following tools have been used on this photo. The following AI tools have been used. Remove. So we used all 3 tools. Now, Sensei has been part of Adobe and Adobe apps for like 15 years. So AI is nothing new. AI in Adobe apps is absolutely nothing new. Let's go ahead and hit G. Now, that is the difference, Oliver. You know the difference. I know the difference between generative AI and just, let's say, Sensei AI. but the public doesn't. I don't love this conversation. I just want Adobe to leave the tools alone and let me edit my photos without having to keep dealing with nonsense like this. It's not going to happen. And the issue is, here's the thing. Nor asks a great question. Does it have to be branded AI even if there is no human in the photo? Okay, there are websites, stock websites, competition websites that are banning AI, period. Okay? Now the question, let me switch sides. Let's export this image. Now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to make sure to add the content credentials here. So we are going to put this, let's just throw it on the desktop for now. Let's choose that. That's fine, that's fine. Sandrine, I'll read. So you can publish the content credentials to the cloud. You can attach them to the file. Let me zoom in so you can see this. Or you can attach and publish to the cloud. Okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do both. We want everything there. And when attaching content credentials, include the following. And I'm just gonna put my name and the editing tools. We're gonna resize this, and let's just take it down to the long size 1500. Let's make it for web. All right, all of that is good. Let's export. Now, let me see. Ooh.
Hyena_MC is on a stream streak.
Hyena, thank you so much for the 40 stream streak. And thank you for redeeming my little naked streaking guy. Thank you for that. I am doing horrible. I'm doing flat out horrible. This has been a complete dumpster fire, to steal a term from office hours. Okay, I guess all people want is choice. If I can do the same thing without AI, I will keep on doing without it, but I like to have an informed choice. I always do both. Okay. Oh, I updated my Mac and my MacBook, and now they don't talk. YouTube, I had to shut down YouTube and start it again. It wasn't taking in chat. Today has just been a crazy, not fun start. So I started like an hour late. And my sippy cup isn't even pouring properly. Like, this is my day. Like, come on. If I want a drink of water, give me a drink of water. Just don't go bloop, bloop, bloop. Come on. Ugh. Okay. Even my sippy cup hates me. All right, let's jump over here. Before I start Googling, let's jump over here. All right. Going to go to the content credentials, verify. All right. So up here at the top, we are at the content credentials. Now, if you are not familiar with what content credentials are, please educate yourself. Educate yourself. Every place that you are working, and let it be any type of work, photography, if you're doing illustrations, whatever it is, learn about content credentials. You do not want people to be able to steal your work and just like, oh, that's mine. It's happening all over the place. All right, ready to inspect. We're gonna load this up. Okay, wonderful. Let's see what we've got going here. All right, so my name, the contact credential was issued by Adobe, which is good since that was Lightroom Classic. We've got this image combines multiple pieces of content, which is wrong. At least one was generative with AI. Okay, which is not right, but okay. I did use generative AI. Apps used, Lightroom Classic. AI tool used, Adobe Remove Object. There you go. It's a blanket statement, Oliver. It's a blanket statement. So right there, you use the remove tool. It's an AI. I don't like it. In the meeting last night with Adobe, I brought this up, and I think I was a little misinformed on what it was before I brought it up to him. I wasn't aware that the clone stamp tool is using AI. The healing brush is using AI. Okay, so the actions: open pre-existing file, changes made to tone, saturation, exposure. I didn't do any of that. Drawing, digital painting or drawing was added. What? No, I did not. I painted on it to use the remove tool. I used a brush. The asset was modified, yeah. The asset was resized. No, it wasn't. I didn't crop it. I did not crop it. And it's giving me the before and after. So you can see the tire, you can see the boat, you can see no trees are there in the center. And then if we scroll up and we look at, get back here. You can see the trees, there's no boat, the tire's underwater. Okay, oh, you can zoom in here. Okay, I see what's happening. Cool. Hi, Umacorn. How you doing? Now, it did not say what's your complaint? Oh, don't get me started, Uma. It's a long list today. It's a long list. It's a long list. Just makes it pointless. The whole point is you're supposed to be able to use contact credentials to prove authenticity, but it's just full of lies now. Okay, let's take it a step further, Oliver. Okay? Let's take it a step further. Now, I know, again, this image, if I use any of the AI selection tools, the masking tools, it will automatically tell me it's AI. Okay, great. Wonderful. Thank you. We are going to do one thing. And it's going to say, I don't even know why I need to do this. It's going to say the same thing. Even if I just use the clone stamp, it's going to say it's AI because it's blanketed under the remove tool. Now, the problem here, again, I'm going to state it. I've said it before, and it is because we are going to the opposite of the extreme, and we've gone fast. Whereas it was a wild, wild west of AI slop, and they didn't have to say it was AI. And now we're saying everything is AI. And I think, I gotta say, I think the clone stamp tool under the remove tool is AI. I think it's Sensei, which falls under AI. So if I want to jump up here and go into the masks, and there's no people, it won't. If I use the landscape, it's going to end up saying I used AI, because AI is being used to make those selections. If I use an object to make a mask, it's going to say it's using AI, because it is. Yes, this is exactly the same. Sandrine, okay, I don't think you were here for this. Let me read this. Okay. This is really important to anybody that's using Lightroom, Adobe Camera Raw, Lightroom Classic. Okay. All of those have always been under the exact same umbrella to an extent. So here is the public statement that Adobe is saying, and I will read this first, and then I will tell you what it means. Camera Raw is the edit/develop engine powering the Lightroom clients. New edit features must be built in Camera Raw before the Lightroom clients can adopt them. Unburdened by the additional cataloging, syncing, and other workflow functionalities, Camera Raw can move more quickly to get these desired new features into your editing workflow. Our goal is to eventually port these features into the Lightroom clients. Okay, let's talk about what that means. And this is straight from Adobe. That will change all my workflow. I have clients who will check if it's an AI, and it's a big no-no for them. Others don't care. Astro, hello. Astro Soul Finder. I like that name. Okay, so what used to happen, and let's actually jump over into Adobe Camera Raw since we're talking about it. What image? Let's grab this image. Let's do a Command V. Command E, excuse me. I'm trying to use a verify tool, and no matter what image I upload, it says something went wrong. I had that problem live on my stream, Rick. I couldn't get anything to come up. Okay, so first off, let's turn that into a smart object. Next off, let's go filter and Camera Raw filter. Adobe Camera Raw ACR. You don't need to tell me. Just, I'm gonna get started. Vector scope along with the histogram. Very cool. Very cool. This is exactly what we're talking about. Dupebug, hello. So the Adobe Camera Raw team, they can add things quicker. They can add features like the vector scope quicker than it can be brought into Lightroom Classic, into those ecosystems. In the past, things would be added into the beta and private beta of Adobe Camera Raw, and it would have to sit there until the Lightroom teams were able to take it and move it into their teams. That way, when they do a big release and they're like, ooh, here's a vector scope, the vector scope would be everywhere. I don't know who made the decision. I'm not against the decision at all. If this means being able to move quicker, I'm all for it. So what it means is Adobe Camera Raw is no longer waiting for Lightroom and Lightroom Classic to add all of their coding to be able to add these features. Adobe Camera Raw is going to be moving forward, and they're going to be releasing stuff and letting us have things just like the vector scope here before we get it anywhere else. So that is the public statement by Adobe. Vector scopes are great for checking skin tones. Absolutely. absolutely, when you have a stick person that looks like that, all you have to do is just aim your vector scope right at them. I don't know if I said hello, Dupebug. Hello, Dupebug. Do you remember how you fixed it? Do I need to create an account on their site? No, I don't know. It just started working for me. It literally just started working for me. Here, Rick. I have no idea. I tried to upload from every possibility. Let me put this into chat for everybody. I tried to upload it from my desktop. I tried to upload it from a hard drive. I tried to upload a JPEG. I tried to upload. And the thing is, it has nothing to do with size. These you can put a movie into this. You can upload it. It'll take forever, but you can upload video. I think I'm going to stop bothering with content credentials. I'm not interested in telling people I've done things I haven't. Okay. Okay. I was going to test something here in Adobe Camera Raw. We're not gonna. Photoshop here. Okay, wait a minute. Let's go into our settings and Camera Raw settings. Okay. Enable. So really important. Sandrine, this is for you. Within your Camera Raw, your ACR preferences, you can disable generative AI. Not adding the new glow in Camera Raw. So if you have a client that you need to turn that off, turn it off. Okay. I'm seeing what we've got here. See, there's no content credentials here in Camera Raw. It doesn't, or I should say, it doesn't have the same settings as Lightroom. But let's go into Photoshop and okay, I'm just checking some stuff out here. Okay, history and content credentials. Content credentials, this is beta. Document settings. You can enable for saved documents with content credentials. You can enable for new and saved documents. And then you've got your export. So you can export, you can attach to the file just as before, publish to Content Credentials Cloud. So you can choose one or both from here. From Photoshop. Now, the question that I have is if you turn this, okay, you can't export straight from Adobe Camera Raw, so you have to bring it back into Photoshop no matter what. So you can turn on your content credentials here, or turn them off. Also, if you go to our window, there is a content credentials, and I used to have them right there. So first off, you can enable the content credentials. So let's go ahead and enable them. And so we've got the Adobe account, connected identities, and I don't want to Behance, Instagram, LinkedIn, nope. Edits and activities. So this is kind of the same thing, and you can preview what it's going to look like for your contact credentials. And you can hit preview, and you can see, so far I've opened this, I've opened it in Camera Raw, and I've closed it. Closed Camera Raw. I have not actually did one edit. So this is what it says. I've done. Some edits or activities may not have been recorded. Okay, because I haven't done anything. Imported. Added pre-existing content to this file. I added an image to this file. Okay. I opened a pre-existing file. Yeah, I brought it from Lightroom Classic. Unknown edits or activity. Performed other edits or activities that couldn't be recognized. I opened it in Adobe Camera Raw, which is an activity, and I closed Adobe Camera Raw. And then it's giving us the two images, the raw image, the DNG image that I opened from Lightroom Classic, and it's giving me the image right now where we're at. And then it's telling us that we used Photoshop and issued by Adobe. So that is the preview of what this is going to look like if I export this image right now. All right, haven't done anything. So, do we want to do another test? Do we want to try the clone stamp in Photoshop and see if that clone stamp is AI? Or are you all done with this? Am I boring you? Should we move on? I honestly, Uma's laughing, and this is interesting because the meetings that I've been in and we've been talking about this. Do another one. Okay. At this point, I'm about done with Lightroom Classic completely. I don't like that, Oliver. I don't like that. I understand what you were saying, but I don't like that statement. You know, we've known each other for ever and a day. And that makes me sad that you say that. And honestly, the community managers that I'm dealing with, they have no idea this stuff is happening. They have no idea. This stuff, it is happening. Things are happening so fast by we aren't, the community managers and the teams that are supposed to write the help-ex, that are supposed to do the updates and let everybody know what's what, they can't keep up. You've many times, Oliver, and also the community, have brought things to my attention that I've been able to bring to some of these meetings that I go to, and the community managers have no idea what I'm talking about. And so all they can do is write it down and find out, ask around. So, you know, okay, we're gonna do 2 edits on this image. Clone stamp. let's go ahead. We're going to make a new layer. Let's use the clone stamp to begin with. Now, holding down the Option key, we're going to go ahead. We're going to select right there. And let's add this tree in and make sure. I went backwards. Let's make a new layer. Let's grab our clone stamp. I want to clone the tree here. And let's bring this in. Let's bring our opacity all the way up to 100, please. Shawn's always on the bleeding edge of technology. I would not say that, Rick. I wouldn't say that. I'm more about the community than about trying to be on the bleeding edge of technology. Because I'm not. That was my huge issue today. Okay, so we added a layer and we've did a clone stamp. That's no AI. Okay, let's do a file. We're gonna do a, let's do it this way. We are gonna do a Command Option Shift E. We've got our layer 2. Let's do a quick export as a JPEG. And let's throw that onto our desktop. Layer 2, blah, blah, blah. And save that. Okay. So we've got that. Now, let's do, what do we want to do? Oh, okay. The healing brush? Like, okay, the healing brush is going to use Sensei. So that's going to be AI. Spot healing brush. That is going to be using AI. Let's grab the remove tool. Prefer to work locally? We're going to turn generative AI off. Okay. Sample all layers. And let's get rid of this can. Let's go ahead, hit the check mark. It's gone. Why didn't you? I didn't put, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So that is the remove tool. So let's do a quick export on that layer again. And let's actually call this our remove. Layer 2 remove tool. Okay, let's save that. Let's get back over to verify. Now, can I just drag and drop, or do I have to go this way? First, let's do the clone stamp. Something went wrong. Wonderful. There you go, Rick. I'm right back with you, buddy. Okay, that didn't work, so let's drag and drop. Something went wrong. How in the heck? Okay, let's go from the content credentials. I broke it on you. You did. I blame you, Rick. Where's my info? Oh, there you are. Hi, Devlin. I hope it is not commenting on the quality of the image. Something went wrong here. I surely hope not. Like, Adobe has a big team working on this. Well, I don't know about big team. I had a booth at Max. I wonder. Oh, that's the old one. Here? Okay. Oh, okay, hold on. Please hold. This is not how this is supposed to work. All right. Obviously, this is not how it's supposed to work. I enabled content credentials, but I have none on the export. What the heck is that? So, okay. This is interesting. This is interesting. All right. You all saw me go through the process through this window to enable content credentials. These content credentials in this window, just because I enabled them, does not mean it's going to be added at all. So, what is happening, and this is strange, is we need to enable them within the preferences, which is saying that we got to do it twice. Mine is set to none too. Yes. That Rick, that's the issue. So it has to have content credentials to be verified. So if you are trying to create something and you're trying to verify, you know, if we make something in Firefly, content credentials are put directly onto it. So let's do this differently. We've got them enabled. Let's use publish to the cloud and attach. Ooh, you only have a choice to do one. I thought you could do both. Okay, let's publish to the cloud. Let's hit OK. Bug saying yes, the something went wrong message is a bit unfortunate. If no content manifest is found in the file, that error is thrown. That is unfortunate. That is the correct word. It would be nice if the error message, no credentials found instead of something went wrong. I absolutely agree with that. Okay, we're going to, let's cancel this. Because we've got, you can see right there, content credentials. Okay. So let's get back here. Let's do a quick export. Which one was this? I got rid of the can. This was the remove tool. Okay, let's save that. Let's turn that off. Let's go to layer. Let's make another one of that, please. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Command Option Shift E. There you go. There you go. Okay. Let's export that now. Quick export. And that was the clone. You're lucky it's not just a hex code. Why would it be a hex code, Oliver? I'm not dealing with colors. Jeez. Come on. Not even funny. Okay, clone. Son of a gun. Okay. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Because I think I know what the problem is. Error 0x8394 FDE983E. Oh yeah, of course, that one. Thanks, Microsoft. Devlin says, agree. It's so disappointing. It knows something is wrong and doesn't cite the thing explicitly. Check engine doesn't help much. Okay. Here's what I think the problem is. File. Export. Export as. Now, within this dialog box, we have the choice for the content credentials. And we're going to actually attach that to the file because I've had enough of this. Image size, let's take that down to 2000. Okay. Quick export might be the reason why we're not getting, and I don't even remember what am I doing right now. That's the clone. Let's export that. Let's do a test. Let me find my clone. Okay. I think we've learned some valuable lessons here. Number one, if you're going to use content credentials, you have to do an export as and make sure to enable them within the export as window. Quick export, which I love, which I use all the time, does not add them. So if you are trying to protect your work, use an export as. Wow. Okay. Let me see what we have. Adobe Photoshop. Some edits or activity may not have been recorded. Open a pre-existing file. Yep, an unknown edit or activity occurred. That's called a clone. It doesn't recognize it. That's fine. This asset was modified. Yep, this asset was resized. It was when I exported it. Other assets were combined into this one. I suppose using the clone stamp, I've added pixels on top. I've cloned pixels from one spot to the other. No place does it say AI. They need to have Paul pop up and teach this situation on apps. Oh my gosh. Was that InDesign? That scared the heck out of me. I was doing a photo book stream and I was gonna build it in InDesign, and I was opening InDesign and I was looking at this screen over here, and then all of a sudden Paul Tranny's talking to me, who I've met a couple times, you know, and it was like, what is Paul doing in my office? Like, how did Paul get in my office? And then I look over and I see him on the screen. It was like, oh my God. All right, let's jump in. So as you can see, it's giving us the before and the after. And all I did was I cloned that tree in. All right. Now, let's try the heel. I still think Lightroom Classic is just wrong. The Gen AI remove tool for sure, that's AI, but flagging, clone stamp, and spot healing, which are just cloning other bits of the photo, is dumb. It makes it look like Gen AI has been used because that's what everyone thinks AI means when it hasn't. Oliver, we keep going in this circle, and I am not, by no means, I'm on your side. I agree with this. But at the same time, if Adobe is actually trying to be transparent and they're saying, okay, Sensei is AI. I need to get in the shower. Good luck with all this and your tech problems. Thanks, Rick. Sensei is AI. And if they're coming out and they're saying, okay, great. Sensei is AI. We're going to be forthcoming. We're going to let everybody know. You can't, I mean, where do you draw the line is the question I've got. Congratulations, chat, on 100 messages. Like, who gets to say if you're using an AI from 10 years ago? Okay, that's a good thing. Should it be a cutoff, a date? It's showing AI tools used on photos I edited back in 2014, long before anyone was talking about AI. We were. We just call it machine learning. Yes, that's exactly what they were saying. And like there's a, I don't, Dupebug, I know you know the answers. You don't have to give them. You don't have to tell me. When there's a whole machine learning like function within, let's just stick with Photoshop. That's what we're talking about. And one of the names for that is Sensei. And so because, for me, because the Adobe Lives back when, you know, Paul, Jesus, Terry, they were talking and they used the term Sensei when they were talking about the machine learning. Now, I know there's a huge umbrella and there's different names, and I don't know what the names are. I've never been told the names. I just know that there's more. Sensei is for me is the general term for the machine learning, and it sounds kind of cool. Not to lie, it sounds kind of cool. That's just Sensei. Way better than Alexa. So if you want to turn around, and maybe that is an answer, which I would be for, I would totally understand it if all of a sudden they said, okay, anything that predated, what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago? How far back do we want to go? Do we want to go back with well, I guess Chat GTP or whatever it's called. That was one of the first ones. Do we want to go back? Do we want to go back to when Firefly was introduced and say, okay, anything predating Firefly should not be tagged AI? Tools. I'm saying the tools. Like if you use a remove tool from 4 years ago, even though it is machine learning, it is an AI, you know, maybe that's the answer. I don't know what the answer is. That could be a possibility, to turn around and say, okay, well, you know, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop when this starts becoming more and more public. This conversation, these tools, what's happening with Lightroom Classic. Okay, I'm gonna work while I'm talking. With what's happening with all of that, I have not seen it. I haven't seen anybody or heard of anybody else coming out and making a stink about it, except for you and I. I just don't think anything that's not generative should be flagged as AI. Either that, or they need to provide an option to disable all AI in Lightroom Classic, so we can go back to the tools just being algorithmic. Okay, so if you can do that in Photoshop, no, wait. You can do it in Adobe Camera Raw. So if you can do it in Adobe Camera Raw, that is going to mean that that function is going to be coming at some point. It should. I don't know. I'm not stating a fact. I'm just saying from what Adobe has said about bringing things from Adobe Camera Raw and then later on into the Lightroom environment. Sandrine, were you here when I was showing how you can turn it all off in Adobe Camera Raw? So Sandrine, in Adobe Camera Raw, there's a button in the preferences in which you can turn off the AI features. So I would assume, and again, I know what that means, that there's a possibility that it will be coming to Lightroom Classic. I'm assuming. I've just been running Verify with a few files, and I can say that it's a very hit and miss. Well, yes. Okay, so this one, what did we do with it? We did the clone stamp, and on this one, okay, we used the healing brush. I had a client call. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, settings. Camera Raw settings. Go into your Camera Raw preferences. If you go all the way to the generative AI, which is at the bottom, click on it. Enable generative AI features. Enable features that use generative AI, such as generative remove, generative expand, and distracting people removal. So you can turn that off. Now, the question is, in Camera Raw, if you use any of the AI functions of masking or anything like that, is that still going, like, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know how in depth this goes, or is it just, I mean, it's saying such as, so it could mean a lot. But if you play along with that and you're using Verify, let me know. Okay, so this is the heel. So let's do an export as. Could you share a link later about the announcement? What announcement? Was there an announcement? Okay, this was the remove. All right. I was afraid of this. Wait, what? So just thinking dumb thoughts, could you do the work, grab the AI pixels, revert the work, and paste the AI back and avoid the AI flag? Oh God, no, Sandrine. No, there's nothing like that. No. Sandrine says, I thought they gave an explanation about what was included in the AI tools. On the look at the preferences, and I don't know if that's all. Okay, let me reread Devlin's. So, just thinking dumb thoughts, could you do the work, grab the AI pixels, revert the work, and paste the AI back and avoid the AI flag? This is I don't want to talk about workarounds. I don't want to talk about workarounds because the workaround is what we've been fighting with. Something went wrong is you just turn off content credentials. If you are trying to save your work, it looks like Lightroom Classic's actually been doing this a while, and I haven't noticed because I don't use a remove tool very often. There's a complaint in the community from 11 months ago where they confirmed the spot healing and clone stamp don't use AI, and remove only uses Sensei. Uses Sensei AI unless you enable the generative tick box. So it's just labeling wrong, and they're clearly not going to fix it. No, they're not going to. I don't know what else to say about it. We can't. Here's the thing, I'm not. This isn't being combative or fighting you or anything along those natures. Adobe is finally being transparent, which is a good thing. Now, do we feel that they've gone over the top? Yes. Do I want them to the machine learning? Well, it's AI, so it should be tagged. It should be flagged. The question, what I was saying is really if you are using AI to make a selection, why? Because you're not, just like what you're saying, Oliver, you're not generating in it. You're not using generative AI. All you're doing is using it. But then again, wait a minute. If I want to use AI, and let me turn off my lower thirds here. Oh, I hate getting into this. Okay, lower thirds, down here at the bottom, the new cleanup tool, the new brush. So if I go ahead and I select our cleanup brush, and I want it to rename this file, rename that selected file, I hit apply. I'm using AI. Small outdoor scene. Thank you, AI, for giving me such a great freaking layer name. AI was used. That should be flagged as AI. So I don't have an answer. It's not generative AI, but it's AI. People aren't gonna know. You know, some people don't actually know what they're talking about when it comes to AI, but they're going crazy over it, and they're like, oh, we want no AI. So if anything's tagged AI, they don't want it. I get it. But I don't know where the line is. I don't have an answer. And this is a great conversation to have, and I'm glad we're having it, because I want to take this to the powers that be. I want to take it and have this conversation within the Photoshop meetings, within the photography meetings, and say, hey, what are we doing? No wiggle room, digital equates to AI. No, that's not true, but okay. I missed a lot of chat. Let me catch up on chat. Resistance is futile. Just accept the little Borg bits in my brain. Carry on. The thing is, I don't mind ditching the people masking. It's super useful. But I don't see myself masking precisely in Adobe Camera Raw Lightroom. I don't mind masking by hand in Photoshop, though. It's just manual masking isn't practical in Adobe Camera Raw. The tool, the tool is there, and it works great. It works very well. But it's still AI. And I mean, I completely agree with you, Sandrine. I know you are leaps and bounds above when it comes to Photoshop editing. I know that. And I respect you, and I respect what you say. It's perhaps, Devlin says, perhaps the ache is in the hurt that it places in our creative souls. Kind of says that I'm just a pixel jockey twit propped up by superior machine abilities. No nuance. I had mixed results with the rename tool, as do I. It's a nice way to put it, that it was a bit of crap. Yeah, that's true. Cleaning was okay though, yeah. At which point Sensei uses a database of other images to perform its duties. That's my line in the sand. The machine learning, yeah, there you go. If not, then no need to tag it. If it uses a database of images that aren't mine, then it should be tagged. I know Oliver is pulling his hair out right now, and I apologize for that. I don't want my images to be labeled AI. Like, as a photographer, I don't want that. But with what Sandrine is saying, the tools are there, and being able to implement them in without the shame and I mean it, shame of just a flat AI stamp. That's what sucks. That's the difference between generative and non-generative. Generative uses other people's images. Non-generative just uses the image you're editing. But okay, but I disagree. I mean, okay. This is the same image we've been working on. If we come in here and we want to make a mask and we hit landscape, this is going to take forever on this machine. I apologize, everybody. Just bear with me. I think that's something most people could get behind. It is, but for something like this, that you are not, this is not generative AI, but you can guarantee that it's been taught on other people's images to be able to pick out the water, the sky, the landscape, the trees, probably the boat. Let's see what we've got. We've got our sky. Let me switch that color from get back into our reds. Okay, we've got our sky. We've got vegetation. We've got water, and it missed a bunch of it. And we have natural ground. What happens if you're using the remove tool with no AI in Photoshop? That's what I've been trying to do. Sandrine, I have been trying to do it. I've been trying to do it. So for me, my question to Adobe was, this is not generative AI, but I understand this is AI. Take it. This is a useful tool. Am I happy with it? Yes, but okay. So let's get back over into Photoshop. I think I had, or no, I've got it open in, we're gonna have to do it again. I don't even know. I'm so freaking lost. This was the remove tool in Photoshop with AI turned off and nothing came up, but I'm questioning it. So let me get rid of some images, and that's chat. If I miss a little bit of chat right now, it's because I'm actually going to try to focus and do something. So bear with me. Okay, Photoshop, we're gonna actually start completely over. Don't save that, please. Let's jump back into Lightroom and let's not use that image. Let's grab a totally different, let's grab some swans. Why not? Let's do a Command E. Let's jump over to Photoshop. Now we are using the remove tool. You can see it right there. We've got the little Gen AI stars and everything. We have Gen AI turned off. We're going to make a new layer. And we are going to remove this guy. This little photo bombing comrade or Conrad, whatever it's called. I don't care. We're going to remove that. And we're going to remove the baby swan here. I see you typing, Sandrine. I will get to you. Let's go ahead. Let's remove that. Cormorant. I knew it was something like that. Okay. Yeah, the stuff doesn't know about what a boat is unless it's been trained on a bank of images. Yep. I use the remove tool without AI because I found it that it is, one, slow, two, sometimes gives me weird results, and from what I've been seeing and verify, it doesn't pick it up. Okay, so it's removed. Let's go to File, Export, Export As. We have Content Credentials. Why are you not enabled? Come on. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's do you have to enable this for every freaking you do? Okay, we're going to enable content credentials for this. We're going to do it again with feeling. All right, let's add a new layer. Let's grab the remove tool, turn AIs off, sample all layers. Let's get rid of this and the ripple. Thank you. Let's get rid of the baby duck or teenage duck, whatever it is in duck ears. Swan. Okay, there we go. Now, let's do a file, export, export as. We are going to publish, we're going to attach these to the file. Let's make this smaller. Let's do a 2000 wide. That's fine. No, stop. Let's export. And again, let's call this our remove no AI. Okay. Oh my God. I have a headache, chat. Select another file. Remove no AI. Let's open. How? I'm taking my computer and going home. Have you just had one of those days? Like today started out good. It was a good day. Dang, did it go downhill? Oh my gosh. Why? Why? You know, there's times you just want to cry. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I didn't want to enable all that stuff, so let's get in here first. Let's take away Behance, Instagram, LinkedIn. I don't want that. Edits, activities, that's good. Let's do the preview. Devlin, I've had tech issues. I had to restart my YouTube stream. YouTube wasn't talking, wasn't accepting messages. It's been a complete... My Macs aren't talking anymore since I updated. I spent an hour trying to get that up and running. Yeah, I started late. Not a happy camper. I could use a glass of wine. Okay. Within our edits, our preview, there is nothing in here about AI. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and turn on generative AI. Let's get this grass. Oh man, dang, didn't see ya and was over there winning a mug from Charlie. You want a mug from Charlie? That's cool. Okay. Some activities. Pre-existing, made changes, unknown. Still, I'm not seeing anything about AI. And I had AI on rather than auto. So let's do a file. Export. Export as. Do we have to refresh this? Where Clone Stamp and Spot Heal apparently don't use Sensei, they're just local pixel sampling. Things like object masking, sky select use Sensei. Where'd you get that information? Not that I don't believe you, I'm just curious. I haven't saved on any of them that worked, Sandrine. Okay, attached a file. Okay, we can preview from here. Getting unknown edits. Debbie! How you doing, Debbie? How are you? If anybody here does not know who Debbie is a wonderful person up in New England that does gorgeous, soothing, the best kayaking streams in lakes. Today's... Oh no, these are horrible. These are horrible, Debbie. Hold on. I'll get you up to speed. Let me continue telling people how great you are. Today's sunrise was gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. So make sure, click on Debbie. I'm having a horrible stream here today, Debbie. We're crashing hard. But where I live in Germany, I live right on the Rhine River, which where I live is 1 kilometer wide, and it is the driest it's ever been recorded. It is so far down. The shipping problems. So I went out and was documenting the drought that we're in right now. So these are actually documentation images, trying to just show how bad the river is. And I mean, we are way, way, way down. So, not going for anything beautiful, not going for really anything except for documentation. Like this inlet, this is the inlet where you come in on the kayaks, and you come into the inlet and it takes it down to the ferry, and there's usually water just rushing through there. It's a great way to jump in. You can see it's been so freaking hot here. These guys love it, but the algae growing, and then once you get out down a little bit, this is just maddening. Whereas the herons are literally able to stand in the middle of the river. Like, they're just standing. This is freaking nuts. And this is a huge river. Think of the Mississippi. This is a kilometer wide at this point. And the birds, there's islands that there shouldn't be islands. All these islands out here. Yep. And you can see the shipping, the boat back here. This is an oil tanker that's back here. It's unloaded. There's nothing on it. They can only have a certain percentage of cargo if they're going to be in it because it's so shallow. Yeah, it's just nuts. It's crazy right now. Hopefully, we're supposed to get rain tonight. And you can see it's been since mid-June that we've got grasses. This is a old ancient boat dock down here. It's a stone boat dock, boat ramp. And you can see how far it is. I mean, there's stuff coming out. Woolly mammoths have been found. Old anchors, bombs from World War II. All sorts of stuff have been found in rivers all through Europe. That's just a cool houseboat. That's brand new. So these are the images that we're going through. But right now, what we're dealing with is content credentials. Now, I know you're an artist, you do music. A lot of people in my streams, we do all type of art. And as an Adobe community expert, we also kind of just talk about everything Adobe. So today we have been diving deep into AI and using content credentials, trying to figure out what is using AI and what is not. And when you're using specific tools, your images, your illustrations can get tagged wrongfully for using AI, and then you can't post them to certain websites, you can't put them into certain contests because people just flat out say no AI. Or for that matter, if a company is using AI or content credentials and they're your client and you send them your work and they bring it up and it says AI was used, well, yeah, then they just say, no, we don't accept it and you won't get paid. So this is kind of where we're trying to figure stuff out. Now, with this image, we used AI. We didn't use AI to remove this baby swan and this comrade right there and there. And so you can see, okay, they're gone. This is the final image. Then we did use AI to remove this tuft of grass, this little island popping out, and it's gone here. We use generative AI. And so now we're going to go through and see what we've got in the process. So of course, app used, Photoshop. The edits, activities, unknown action, opened, yeah. Imported assets, yep, from Lightroom Classic. The asset was modified, yes it was. The asset was resized, yes it was. No AI. Apparently, when a tool uses AI, Adobe makes sure to mention it in the help pages, like masking, says backed by artificial intelligence. Dust removal says AI powered, which it is. For the remove tool, it says remove using AI, but heal and clone just say using the sampled area. I think it's using AI. It's like content aware fill is what we're looking at. Okay. Let me close this image. No, we do not want to save it. Don't save. Getting back over to Lightroom Classic. Is it okay, Oliver, let's say that's the case. It's easier. I'm not saying it's right. I am repeating, I am not saying it's right, but it is easier for Adobe to say everything under this tool is AI than having the functions. I mean, we're able to turn I agree. I completely agree with you. And this is what I keep saying. Sandrine, have a great day. Thank you for being here. Oh, Debbie, are you still here? I want to, Debbie, if you're still here, I want you to see my new stream streak. This is for you, Debbie.
Shawn Kozel is on a stream streak.
Got a little redeem for people that are streaking. My little naked man. My little naked man. Okay, that's a whole tech sector these days, though. Take the lazy approach and sod the users. They're okay. They're trying to be transparent, and I'm okay with that. Chat, I'm done with this. I am absolutely done. Let me get my Wacom tablet. Let's play the doodle game. I need to get in a better mood, and as of right now, I am not. So, let me take a screenshot. We did nothing. Thank you, Debbie. That was fun making it.
Clever Devlin just redeemed hydrate.
Come on! I may need some water for this. Okay, I'm giving this one for free. Anybody new here, welcome in. And at the end of my streams on Twitch, I have a redeem for the Doodle game, which is a ripoff of Pictionary. I have a Pictionary generator, and we will be generating words. I will draw poorly, and you will be guessing.
Unzero variable just redeemed doodle game.
Thank you for that. Where are my files? Let me find. There you are. Okay. Let's get this opened. Let me get my Wacom tablet going. Hopefully it is charged. Bam. All right. So we are going to get back here. Make sure all the settings are correct. Let's get a new layer. We are good to go. Let's jump over. Ignore, please. Let's jump over here. Verify, I'm done with you. I am done with you. We don't need to see my stream anymore. Okay, so we've got a Pictionary generator. The first word, I can't participate as I'll have to paddle the shore, but I'll be here lurking. Wonderful.
Vacuum _ TKN just redeemed Big Boom.
Mafu.
Vacuum _ TKN just redeemed Were Lurking.
Hi, Mafu. By the way, I didn't see Vikram. I did see Vikram and I didn't say hello. I apologize. Here is our Pictionary generator, and it will not be car. It could be card, but it's not going to be car. Just letting you know. Okay, I need to top off my water and then we will play. So everybody just hang out. Give me 1 minute, please. I'm thirsty.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Thank you for the dance party. Umacorn, Devlin. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to get started. Remember, chat, we're going to start with easy. We'll be getting to the hard ones eventually. So, all right. Here we go. Oliver, it's not car. Ooh, that's bad. How you doing, Mafu? A volcano, a rubber baby bugger bumpers. A hat. Umacorn. Uma hat. This is clay power. Use guys. Use guys are funny. By the way, Debbie, if you're getting too close to shore, be careful of the swan. Ketchup nozzle. Okay, let's kick it up to medium. Another easy one. Alrighty. Oh, alrighty then. Here we go. My left foot? That could be. Boots. I'll take boots. Derpy, hello. Of you were goblin, what? Of you were a goblin, what instrument would you play? Hello and welcome in, Derby. I don't know what instruments a goblin would play. I don't know if that's a pun, a play on words. Maybe an ogre? Okay, that's funny. I would play an ogre. How's that? Organ, ogre combined? Does that work? Now I'm curious, is that a joke? Goblin. What am I doing? Devlin got it. Okay, Devlin got boot. I'm gonna boot Devlin. Oh no, a genuine question. Well, we need to discuss. I love these types of tangents. Day tour, have a great day. Thank you for being here. I would play a pan flute. As a goblin, now, usually a pan flute is more of like an elfin style instrument, but the fact that you're gonna take it as a goblin and kind of have a cross reference, I'm down with that. pan flute. I like that. Okay, let's take it. Well, I'll play a lute. I will take your pan flute and I will play a lute. How's that? I kind of like the ogre, but if we're being serious, which I can be serious, I'll play a lute. Okay, we're gonna kick it up to hard. Oh, we've done that recently. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Anybody jumping in, we are playing Pictionary. Feel free to try to guess what in God's name I am drawing. Okay, a kazoo from Kalamazoo, which is Uzamalak backwards. Thank you for answering the question. I have asked a lot of people this, and that was the best answer so far. Thank you, Derpy. Yeah. I'm just picturing you and I, playing the pan flute. I'm sitting behind you with the lute, just kind of, keeping the rhythm. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, doesn't matter what platform you're watching from. If you want to play along, just take a guess in chat. I have no idea what the heck I'm going to draw for this. Okay. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna draw this? A ball peen hammer. Oh God, this is starting to look like a bee. It is not a bee. It is not a bee. A wasp. Super dog, a weevil, an alien, a wasp. Clearly a new breed. Unfortunate doodle dog. No, just bear with me, chatters. Bear with me. An unfeeble weevil. Bear with me, chat. We're gonna get there. We are gonna get there. Arm wrestling, boxing, sports, okay? An activity, yeah. Oh, that's a horrible. A marathon ant? A runner? Oh. A cricket bat? Okay. This is difficult. You got it. We're at a sporting event. Who looks like this at a sporting event? A pitcher, a batter? A mascot. A mascot. Oliver. Oh my gosh. It's a mascot. I can draw anything it is, anything at all. It doesn't matter how bad it is. What is it? I don't have a freaking don't know. Maybe it's the bee dogs. The beaver bee dogs. Hey, I can. So this is part of an independent league baseball team that doesn't have the money to end up creating a whole mascot. So what they ended up doing is they took bits and pieces of different old mascot uniforms and had to piece them together. So don't money shame them. They are a struggling team that's trying to make the best of it. Don't money shame them. Just because they couldn't get the best mascot costume. Chat, no shaming. Everybody love everybody. Come on. Oh my God, that was only hard. Now we're gonna kick it up to really hard. That was fun. That was fun. That was so bad. Oh, we've done this one. Okay, we're gonna do it differently. We've done this one, but we're changing it up. Okay. A bird, a plane, a skyscraper. Far sight? X-ray vision. Yeah! Vision. Nice. If you remember, we did vision before and I did the eye chart. Vision. Nice job. Good job. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Vision. Is now it's just so far it's just the three of you playing. So if when you guys are done, you let me know. All right. A final, a lemon. A CCTV camera. Honk. That thingy that prevents the door from hitting the wall that goes thwonk. Umacorn. Honk. We did that one before, and I drew an absolute horrific goose. That was just bad. That was bad. All right. We've done this one before, but I think we can take it a different direction. Okay. Should use my tree brush. That's okay. Peaks and valleys. Hiking, skiing, trekking, Yakima, Washington, been there. Mountain, spring, water, alpine, yum yum. Mountain Dew. Oh, that's a good one. Good one, Oliver. Okay. Since you guys are not getting there yet. Really? Okay. Nothing? Nobody? Cubic landscape. Okay. Quarter mountain. Okay, so you have an idea of what this is, plus this. If you're gonna make me keep drawing, it's gonna get pretty bad. Volume, landscape, glass of water. Okay. All right. Fine. So we've got landfill. Or picturesque poo. We have landscape. We have landscape. You got that. You had a glass of water and it's being filled up. Chat, you failed. I get this one. Fine. Okay. We're gonna do, unless it really sucks, we're gonna do one more. It's getting late for me. Landfill. Okay. All right, chat. Seems right. Shawn gets the stump. I thought that was pretty simple. Umacorn, you were so close. Mr. Work, hello? It was Crust. And Devlin got it. Crust. Nice. Good job. All right, let's do a Command G. Hide that. Crust. Oh my gosh. So today was an absolute utter dumpster fire. For those of you that stuck around, I want to thank you. For those of you that were here helping, we had some... I'm trying to turn off my tablet. Super tired today, but I can't sleep at all, so I'm basically surviving. That's a plus. I need to do some major research figuring out what the heck is going on with my MacBook Pro. With, yeah, today was just everything technically went bad. So for those of you that were expecting me on time, usually I'm on time. I apologize for starting late. I'm going to get things going. In an hour and 20 minutes, I'm going to be live with Jack on the Firefly Discord. And so you can jump on over and say hello. What are we going to be doing? I don't know. Fantasy landscapes with Toon. So we're going to be working with fantasy landscapes in Firefly Toon. At least you have your youth and good looks. Who are you talking to? You talking to me? Let's see what else is happening. Yeah, Adobe Lives, blah, 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 all that other stuff. I'm going to be back next week. I need to get a project going. I would love to get a challenge. Oh, update. Umacorn, you are so welcome. I have been a thorn. Oh, okay, hold on. I just checked my Intel Mac and I can still universal control it and the ARM one. Is that, wait, did you do the update? I am running. That's not what I wanted. Oh no! Oh no! Am I still live? Hold on, chat. Bear with me. Okay. Whoa. I just really screwed up there. I shut down a lot of stuff I was not supposed to. Woo. Okay. Let's try this again with feeling. Oliver says running 26.6.2. I am also running 26.6.2. So I need to figure out why those two are not talking. I have absolutely no idea why. So we're gonna figure that out. Okay. I don't think I've got anything else. Again, I apologize everybody for a hectic day. Have you turned off Wi-Fi? No? Should I? It only works with Wi-Fi enabled. Yeah, I know. Unless... Oh, wait a minute. No. I mean, no, that's... If I am... I know I'm running Wi-Fi, and I've got it hardwired. This is hardwired. Did the update set it up? Shoot, where is that? Where you can end up doing... Which has priority? Wi-Fi. I turn Wi-Fi off sometimes to force it to use the wired connection, and then everything stops working. Yeah, but there's a way to have the priority, and I can't remember if that's under network. Yeah, it's under network. Hold on. Yeah, it's under network. So as you can see, I've got the Ethernet on top and then Wi-Fi. But this is the same setup I've been using. That's the thing that just is driving me crazy. Anyway, I'm not going to waste your time. Oliver, thank you for your help. Everybody, check out everyone else's streams this weekend or tonight, today, whatever. I'm hitting the wall. Okay. Everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Stay safe, stay creative, and just be nice. I will see you all in chat this weekend or tomorrow. And good job, Devlin, on getting a coffee cup. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.